Is Sonia. First, the headlines. India's massive evacuation mission Vande Bharat continues. Flights including those from London, Kuala Lumpur, Muscat and Kuwait bring back stranded citizens and they reach India. INS Jalashwa from Malé to reach Kochi today with 698 Indian nationals under Operation Samudra Setu. Home Ministry issues guidelines on restarting manufacturing industries after lockdown period. Aims to reduce risk of industrial hazards during restart after prolonged shutdown. Cabinet Secretary to interact with all states and union territories on COVID-19 situation through video conferencing. Central teams to visit 10 states including Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and West Bengal to further assist in the fight against COVID-19. (17,846) patients recover from COVID-19 infection in the country. Active cases reached 39,834, 1,981 casualties. Union Health Minister says 453 labs operational. Testing capacity has jumped to 95,000 per day. And globally, COVID-19 confirmed cases cross 40,20,000. Deaths cross 2,79,000. US is the worst affected country with 78,792 deaths. The government continues to bring back stranded nationals as Air India flights from London, Kuala Lumpur, Muscat and Kuwait brought back stranded Indians from abroad under the Vande Bharat mission. A special flight carrying Indian nationals from London arrived at Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport in Mumbai last night. The flight from Muscat to Cochin landed with 177 passengers and 4 infants, while flight from Kuala Lumpur with 177 passengers and 1 infant landed at Trichy last night. Another flight from Kuwait to Hyderabad landed with 160 passengers. Earlier on Saturday, Air India Express flight from Sharjah landed at Lucknow with 182 passengers, including 2 infants. Another Air India flight from Kuwait to Cochin landed with 177 passengers and 4 infants. Air India flight carrying 129 passengers from Dhaka also landed at Delhi Airport. India's massive evacuation mission Vande Bharat is in full swing to bring back Indians from abroad. INS Jalashwa, carrying 698 Indian nationals from Maldives capital Malé, will reach Kochi today. The evacuation is part of Indian government's program to evacuate Indians stranded abroad. The program, named Samudra Setu by Indian Navy, entails to bring back around 2,000 Indians in 4 ships from Maldives. Meanwhile, highlighting India's unwavering commitment to safeguarding her diaspora anywhere in the world, Western Fleet ships mission deployed in Indian Ocean region joined INS Jalashwa on her passage back from Maldives. Western Fleet ships joined INS Jalashwa in a demonstration of Indian Navy's commitment to the national effort. Amidst the global pandemic of COVID-19, Indian naval ships are deployed to support the ongoing national effort to repatriate Indian nationals across the seas. Whilst INS Jalashwa sails towards the mainland, INS Magar is on her way to enter Malé to continue the repatriation effort of the Indian government. This is Indian Navy's first massive evacuation exercise during COVID-19 lockdown. Cabinet Secretary Rajiv Gauba will hold a video conference with senior officials of all states and union territories today at 11 a.m. Chief Secretaries and Principal Secretaries of Health from states will join the meeting on the issue of public health response to COVID-19 and implementation of the Ministry of Home Affairs guidelines. The meeting will also be attended by members of Niti Aayog, Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs, Secretary, Information and Broadcasting, and Member Secretary, National Disaster Management Authority. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare will deploy central teams to 10 states that have witnessed or are witnessing high caseload and high spurt of cases. The teams will assist the state health departments of respective states to facilitate management of COVID-19 outbreak. The teams are composed of a senior official from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, a joint secretary level nodal officer, and a public health expert. The team shall support the Health State Department in implementation of containment measures in the affected areas within the respective states, districts or cities. The teams are being sent to the following states: Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. This is besides the 20 central teams of public health experts who were earlier sent to the high case load districts. According to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, 59,662 total cases have been registered in India, including 39,834 active cases. 17,846 persons have been cured, while 1,981 people have died due to the virus. Maharashtra remains the worst hit state with 19,063 total confirmed cases, followed by 7,402 confirmed cases in Gujarat, 6,318 confirmed cases in Delhi, and 6,009 cases in Tamil Nadu. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan on Saturday held a review meeting over COVID-19 situation in the Northeast. The Union Minister reviewed the management of the 8 states of Northeast to control the COVID-19 outbreak through video conference. Addressing the officials, Dr. Harshvardhan said that the situation in the Northeast is quite satisfactory and now we are aiming to soon turn the orange zones into green zones.
I had gone through the details of the northeastern states and it's a very good performance. We are so happy about it. We have to maintain the status, and wherever we are still in the orange zone, we have to say take it up to the green zone. I am so happy to know that all the 8 states together, they have just about 194 cases. Sikkim and Nagaland, they continue to remain unaffected.
The Union Health Minister also said that the government does not anticipate a very worst type of situation in our country like many other developed countries, but as a precaution, we remain fully prepared. The minister added that we have dedicated 843 hospitals specially for COVID-19 patients, and further added that a total of 7,640 quarantine centers have been set up across the country.
We do not anticipate a very worst type of situation in our country like many other developed countries, but still we have prepared the whole country for the worst situation. We have dedicated 843 hospitals exclusively for COVID treatment. Similarly, we have already found and created 7,640 quarantine centers all over the country.
He also said that our testing capacity has jumped to 95,000 tests per day.
We have already tested 15,25,631 patients in our various laboratories in the country. Yesterday itself, you will be happy to know that we tested 84,608 people in the country. And our testing capacity and capabilities right now for doing about 95,000 tests in the country.
Meanwhile, Arunachal Pradesh government has constituted a 6-member state contact tracing team to stop the chain of transmission of the highly contagious disease. The state contact tracing team will be headed by an IGP level officer. A 62-year-old assistant sub-inspector won the battle against COVID-19. Indore's assistant sub-inspector Bhagwati Sharan Sharma was discharged from Choithram Hospital after making full recovery from coronavirus. He was welcomed by police personnel and police band at the hospital gate. He thanked all the officers of the department for the honor.
मुझे बड़ा गर्व है कि मैं इस जंग को जीता हूँ और मैंने पुलिस विभाग के वरिष्ठ अधिकारी मेरा रही महोदय द्वारा जो सहयोग दिया वो आले तारीफ है कि इतना अच्छा सहयोग मेरे को आज तक मेरी नौकरी में नहीं मिला होगा जितना 62 की उम्र और 42 की नौकरी हो गई। मैंने भी संघर्ष किया और अभी और संघर्ष करने को तैयार हूँ।
Just 2 days after an LG Polymers plant reported a gas leak that killed as many as 12 and left several hundred hospitalized in Vizag, the National Disaster Management Authority on Saturday reiterated the protocols that needed to be followed in case of chemical disasters. Even as the Union Home Ministry has cleared the decks for factories and industrial units to resume operations after a nearly 55-day lockdown due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the Disaster Authority has asked for all industrial operators to exercise extra caution with unused units likely to cause similar disasters. In view of the lockdown, the evaluation for Class 10 and 12 board examinations will begin today. This process is likely to be completed within 50 days. The evaluation will be done at home by the teachers. Union HRD Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has said that 3,000 evaluation centers have been identified by the CBSE from where answer sheets will be sent.
173 विषय की सीबीएसई बोर्ड की परीक्षाएं हो चुकी थी। उनकी 1.5 करोड़ से भी अधिक उत्तर पुस्तिकाएं जो अभी जांचने के लिए पड़ी हुई थी, उसमें सीबीएसई बोर्ड ने 3000 सीबीएसई स्कूलों को मूल्यांकन का केंद्र चिन्हित कर दिया है। इन 3000 जो मूल्यांकन केंद्र हैं, इन मूल्यांकन केंद्रों से अब ये कॉपियां अध्यापकों तक पहुंचाई जाएगी और अध्यापकों तक पहुंच करके वो मूल्यांकन करेंगे। मैं गृह मंत्री जी का हृदय से बहुत आभार प्रकट कर रहा हूं कि उन्होंने हमको ये सुविधा दी है कि हम 1.5 करोड़ उत्तर पुस्तिकाओं को जांचने का काम शुरू कर दें।
Home Minister Amit Shah has written to West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on the state's failure to make arrangements for return of migrant laborers belonging to West Bengal who are stranded in various states. The Home Minister has told Chief Minister that central government has facilitated more than 2 lakh migrants to reach home. Migrants from West Bengal are also eager to reach home. The central government is facilitating but not getting expected support from the respective state government. Amit Shah has also written to the state government that it is not allowing the trains to reach the state. This is injustice with West Bengal migrant laborers, which will create further hardships for them. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said on Saturday the government has paid 18,253 crore rupees under Pradhanmantri Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme. during the ongoing lockdown to overcome coronavirus crisis. The finance minister also said that about 3 crore farmers with agricultural loans totaling 4,22,113 crore rupees availed the benefit of the 3-month loan moratorium announced by the RBI in March. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched Pradhanmantri Kisan scheme on February 24, 2019 at Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh to provide income support to all landholding farmers' families across the country and also enable them to meet expenses related to agriculture as well as domestic needs. Finance Minister further said that public sector banks contacted more than 95% of the borrowers eligible for emergency credit lines and working capital enhancements between March 20th and May 6th. The amount sanctioned jumped to 54,544 crore rupees, more than double the amount 2 days ago. She also said that support of 4,224 crore rupees was provided to states under RIDF during March 2020 for promoting rural employment through infra projects. Working capital limit of 6,700 crore rupees has been sanctioned for procurement of agriculture commodities to the state government entities since March 2020. Mumbai is one of the worst hit cities in the coronavirus pandemic, and now, to accelerate the rate of testing, the city got a unique COVID-19 test bus. Now, as the name suggests, the bus moves around the city collecting test samples for rapid testing. COVID-19 test bus facilitates access to affordable and rapid testing to people in dense urban areas, whilst isolating doctors and also do large-scale testing during the monsoons. COVID-19 test bus is based on indigenous technology. It is the first vehicle of its kind in the world with on-board genetic testing, AI-based teleradiology and contactless sample collection. The medical equipment on board comprises a low-dosage digital X-ray, real-time teleradiology, contactless swab collection and instant RNA testing. The bus has been configured keeping for heavy rains and has 384 square feet of lab space on board. It also has a wireless robotic tele-operated ultrasound lung probe as also nanopore gene sequencer. Meanwhile, more than 40 lakh confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been reported around the world, while global COVID-19 death toll was nearing 28 lakh. As per the latest data, the global death toll stood at 2,79,007. The US currently accounted for the highest number of coronavirus deaths in the world at 78,746, followed by the UK in the second place with 31,662 fatalities. The other countries with over 10,000 deaths are Italy, Spain, France and Brazil. The death toll from COVID-19 in Britain has surpassed 31,660, while the number of cases in the country are more than 2,16,520. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson will announce the next steps in its battle to tackle COVID-19 following a review by ministers of measures that have all but shut the economy and kept millions at home for more than 6 weeks. Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has warned that if provinces move too quickly to reopen their economies, a second wave of COVID-19 pandemic could send Canada back into confinement this summer. He also said that any reopening should be gradual. The death toll from COVID-19 in Canada has crossed 4,820, while the country registered around 68,910 cases of infection. After a long, egregious wave of COVID-19, China is embarking on a path to normalcy in social, economic and productive activities following the latest guidelines of the government on regular prevention and control of the virus. The issued guidelines highlighted that public facilities shall be reopened in an orderly and category-based manner, especially for medical institutions and schools. The country has so far registered 4,637 deaths and 83,976 cases of infection. Amid mounting criticism of Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro in homeland over handling of the pandemic, people descended on the capital Brasilia in his support. The country has more than 1,56,061 confirmed cases and over 10,656 deaths from the pandemic so far. More than 1,000 people queued up to receive free food parcels in Geneva, forming a line stretch for more than a kilometer. Switzerland has registered more than 1,830 deaths so far, while the number of cases of infection in the country has crossed 30,250. Gymnasts all around the world are making the best of things as they try to keep fit while gyms are closed due to COVID-19, and Italy is no exception. 28-year-old Italian gymnast Marco Lodadio has turned his garden into a fitness studio. More than 30,390 people have died in Italy from the virus, while the total tally of the cases is around 2,18,268. Two players at German second division side Dynamo Dresden have tested positive for COVID-19, putting on hold the club's planned return to Bundesliga 2 action next weekend. Dresden had already had one player test positive in the first round of testing, but though that player was self-isolating, the rest of the squad continued to train in line with the Bundesliga protocols. The Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2 are due to start on 16th May. Dresden were due to play Hanover away on May 17th when the league resumes after a 2-month suspension, but the entire squad, coaching and supervisory staff put into 14 days of quarantine at home. That's it in this edition of the news this hour. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.